soapbox and see what it's like on the ground.
This is episode 9 of Ring Awareness. Welcome everybody from New Mexico. I am your host. Yes, it's Adam Merrick, bringing you another exciting edition of the show about wrestling from right here in New Mexico. We're covering the wrestlers, we're talking to fans, and today we got a very special episode because we're talking to the one, the only. He's our version of Mick Foley, our version of Dolph Ziggler, whatever you want to compare him to. He's the comedian, wrestler, New Mexico's own Joe Quesada.
Oh wait, can we curse?
Of course, man. Go for it.
I was like, oh shit.
You can thank Kyle Neese for the first curse word ever. But great to have you here, buddy. I know you got a huge event coming up here later on this month. First off, let's talk about your beginnings. I know that you are one of a few guys who actually were a wrestler in high school, and you had that background going in. I guess what was it that caused you, or what was your first experiences enjoying wrestling?
Yeah, I wrestled in middle school and high school, like Greco-Roman, freestyle, and collegiate, and that was just something I always loved doing. And then the freestyle and the Greco was where you learned how to like do belly to bellies and Germans, and that's where you really learned how to throw. And I really enjoyed just throwing people. And then as far as wrestling goes, I've always been a fan. I've just always enjoyed it. I remember the first thing I ever saw was at my cousin's house. We were watching TV, and then we passed by Superstars, and it was the Mountie shocking somebody with his fucking baton. That's the first image I remember seeing. And then periodically, it would be up late night. I'd be going through TV, and I would see Raw when they were at the Manhattan Center.
Oh, nice.
And I would periodically see that, and then I finally started watching, like everybody else our age, started watching during the Monday Night Wars.
Right, of course.
Started consistently watching during there, and then just turning back and forth.
Nice.
And then I remember a buddy of mine sent me this email. You guys had posted a link on, or an ad on Craigslist saying you were looking for wrestlers, and then, I guess my beginnings and my training are kind of similar to what a lot of the other guys have experienced, where it's just I didn't necessarily go to school. I just learned from other people. I just learned by being in the ring and just getting that experience. I may not be, properly trained, quote unquote, but just getting in there, learning how to bump, learning how to run the ropes, learning kind of the dynamics and the mechanics of the ring, and then just building and building and building and kind of building that experience just by being in the ring alone. So. Nice.
Did your wrestling in middle school and high school, did that help cross you over into training?
Yeah, I think it helped out a lot. Because when you're wrestling, you pretty much learn your body and learn how your body works and learn how your body twists and turns, and it's pretty much getting an awareness of your body and how it works.
Mm-hmm.
So that helped out a tremendous deal. So yeah, that was an advantage.
Right, definitely. So would you recommend anybody who's possibly young and listening to this, would you recommend them possibly join?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Without a doubt. Because, wrestling, you build that background, and then especially when it involves in, the chain wrestling portions of it, you just learn different positionings and learning how to react in certain situations, and without a doubt.
So would you say, is growing up being a wrestling fan, was there a certain wrestler that who's your favorite wrestler, I guess, growing up?
Bret Hart.
Hands down?
Bret Hart and Hulk Hogan. Then during the Attitude Era, everyone loved Stone Cold. How can you not? And The Rock and Mick Foley. Yeah. But yeah, Bret Hart, for some reason, he always had this big appeal. I remember I had this dream when I was a kid. I was like, I'm gonna run over to Calgary and I'm gonna go train. And this is when I was probably in 7th grade. And I had this dream of running to Calgary and training, and then it just never came to happen. But I still ended up wrestling anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever think watching wrestling? Was it ever a dream of yours to become a professional wrestler?
Yeah, it was absolutely.
Nice.
So yeah, it's been fun so far. I haven't been working as much as I want to, but I think just with the way New Mexico is and preventing us from running, it's really frustrating. And then just trying to find other avenues of wrestling too. That's been kind of frustrating, but.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And I think you've actually had the distinct honor of wrestling two of the biggest names that have been brought into Destiny Wrestling. The first one you wrestled was Mike Quackenbush, the owner of Shikara Wrestling, and you wrestled him at, I believe it was Elite 8. I can't remember the year exactly.
I think it was 2000.
Was it 8?
I want to say 8. Yeah, he was phenomenal. Good God. What sucked is I wasn't able to go to the clinic, but I was able to wrestle a show with him, and hearing him talk and just kind of the way he puts everything together was just phenomenal. He just he would ask specific questions like, well, what do you, like, just as far as situation goes, and realizing how little I knew.
Mm-hmm.
So being in the ring with him alone, and then just having him, like, he's a ring general, man, and he's just he's like a calm sensei.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just like, it was like being in the ring with like a master. He was just so well spoken and so calm, and just like, he just brought this energy to you, and you're just like, oh, we're gonna be okay. Like, even if you missed a spot, he was just like, no, you're fine. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Take a breath. Let's go again.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
And you went on, you obviously won that Elite Eight. What was that? I mean, was it a great experience being able, I mean, still you're young in your wrestling career, having wrestled somebody like Quackenbush, who'd been wrestling for, probably over a decade, easily. Were you intimidated at all when you found out that you were going to be wrestling him?
Yes, without a doubt.
Really?
Without a doubt. It's like, oh my God, he's going to realize I'm a fucking fraud. He's gonna know I don't know anything. But then he was just so cool, and he's just like, okay, well, let's go with what you know. Let's go with what we can do. He's like, my favorite part of the whole thing, he goes like, well, what happens is I usually get guys who will watch a YouTube video and want to do the things I saw on YouTube. And I kind of stopped in my tracks, and I'm like, that's exactly what I did. And he started laughing. He's like, no, man, we'll figure something out.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you study, I know you said you didn't go to a seminar that he held the night before, but did you obviously study some of his stuff on YouTube just to get a familiar sense?
He's just insane.
Nice.
He's just so good.
And how would you, now that obviously it's been a few years, have you gone back, did you ever watch the match?
No, I never, like, a lot of that footage I don't know who actually has it. I think Kevin has a lot of that footage. But no, I haven't been able to watch a lot of, like, I haven't seen a lot of my stuff, just like the highlight reels, but I haven't actually watched a lot of my matches, which is like a huge mistake, because, I mean, you got to watch to learn.
Right.
But in that same tournament, probably one of my favorite matches was Mosh Pit Mike in the finals.
Yeah, dude, that's probably easily my favorite Elite Eight tournament. I know there's been a few, but just the way it went down, I like the story it told throughout the entire tournament. Yeah. And your match against Mosh was really funny. And I know it started off rather funny because I know Mosh had those gigantic, were they stuffed ears or?
Oh yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He walked up with these gigantic plastic ears on.
That's what it was.
And I had no idea. And he walked out with them, and I about lost my shit. Motherfucker. Because it caught me off guard. And then we started working, and dude. If Marsh Pickmine was born in the wrong decade. Had he been born in the 70s and went through the 80s, he'd be a legend.
Really?
He just has that distinct, like, he knows how to work a crowd. He knows how to be like a classic.
No, he's
so fantastic.
Yeah, great entertainment he provides. But hands down, that was my favorite Elite Eight tournament. That entire show I think was really solid. And just going back to Quack, after you had that match, did he give you any feedback afterwards, as far as maybe to further as you progress as a wrestler?
Not really. It was more just like, hey man, that was a good show, good work. That was a lot of fun. He's like, just kind of ease up a little bit on the arm bars, but on that you're good.
Nice.
All right, cool.
That's awesome.
So he was fantastic.
So was that good motivation, of course, to continue your pursuit of being nice?
Yeah, to build up. Yeah,
that's great. Well, you won the Elite Eight championship that night. You defeated Mosh Pit Mike. You beat Quack, and then I think who else did you beat in the first round? Do you remember? Sid. That's right. Okay. And then eventually you went on. You became Destiny Wrestling Heavyweight Champion. You're a two-time champion. And another one of my favorite moments of yours, one of my favorite shows again in Destiny Wrestling, was Elite Eight. You and Hobo Hank in the cage. Love that match, dude. How did you feel going into that whole show? Obviously, you were riding strong with the Grindhouse, which was Mosh, Thunder, and Rex. And you guys were pretty much just, did a 4-on-1 kind of attack on Hobo throughout the entire months leading up to that show. What do you remember about that show, that match with Hobo?
So much fun.
Yeah.
He's so much fun to work. And with Hobo, it's just like you just go in, you don't really have a plan. It's just like you go in there and just whatever happens, happens. And I think that's the best way to do it, is just to kind of go in and get a feel for someone and to work with someone. And I hadn't really worked with him that much, but going in there with that match, it was just, I've never been in a cage, and being in a cage with somebody like that, it was just so much fun, and the crowd just loved him so much. It was palpable, and they hated everything you do to them. They hate you.
Oh yeah, I think it was great, dude. That was again one of my favorite day at Esney's, because the crowd was hot the entire night, man. And I think every match was extremely solid, and capping it off with Hobo Hank finally winning the championship was a huge moment. And one thing I should have talked about first was while you were champion, another great that you got to face in a ring was Cassandro Exotico.
Oh my God. Such an awesome dude. Good Lord. That guy was so much fun to work. Same thing, like he would just kind of come in. I felt really bad because I still had tacks in my boots from one of the extreme shows, and so when we were working the entire time in the ring, like tacks were falling out, and he kept landing on them. And then he pulls me aside, and then after the match, and he goes, "Hey, just so you know, you should probably take all those out of the boots because I kept landing on them.
Really?
That's not fun." Like, oh, sorry, man. Didn't mean to. Didn't mean to.
How was that experience, man? How different? I mean, I don't know if you'd actually say that him and Quack were on similar levels, but of course, Cassandro's a luchador.
Yeah.
He's a very unique luchador at that. But how was that? Was it a great experience as far as afterwards? Did you learn a lot from him?
Yeah, same thing, man. Just being in the ring with somebody like that, it was just same. Like he was just like I said, just a ring general, kind of guided you through. We went in there with a very loose idea, but then communication was key, and then like there wasn't a language barrier at all, and then there was one point when he went up to, I didn't know he was going to do this, but he goes up to the top rope and he dives to the outside, and I didn't know he was going to do that, and I caught him, and it was crazy because I felt like I caught him and then I rolled back, and it was just like that moment, it was just like a pure wrestling moment, like I never really had anything like that because I'd never really experienced anything, and someone just diving to the outside like that out of nowhere, having no idea. So like that was just kind of a great way to kind of experience like a seasoned professional. That guy had been around 20 years.
Oh yeah, dude.
So he's coming. I think he's already past his 25th year, which is just fucking insane.
Yeah.
You know, just like he has just a plethora of knowledge. Same thing, just easy, like just guiding you through, and just his arm drags just felt like butter.
Really?
Yeah, just insane.
That's awesome. I think that was that his first appearance, or was that because I know he wrestled.
That was his first appearance, and then he wrestled Josh later.
That's right. Okay, I can't remember which one came first. So those are two huge matches. I know a lot of people would have loved to have the experience to wrestle, not just one of those guys, but both of those guys,
absolutely.
man.
So very fortunate, very lucky.
Yeah, definitely, dude. So you actually did mention it, which I wanted to talk about too, was you participating in some of the Bound by Violence tournaments Destiny Wrestling held, which is death matching, use of barbed wire, thumbtacks, stuff like that. Yeah. Did you wrestle in all three? I believe you did.
I think I wrestled. Yes, I did. I think I did wrestle all three. Because my favorite one was at the movie theater.
Oh, dude!
Yeah. Oh God,
that was such
the abandoned movie theater in Rio Rancho. It was such a wonderful. Oh my God, I wish that spot still was available.
Just the feeling of that show. I was talking to Johnny K a couple weeks ago about it. It just felt like total Fight Club. We shouldn't be there.
You weren't supposed to be there. Yeah, exactly. Just dirty. Feel like you were going to get hepatitis. Yeah.
That was great. And was it the first one where I believe you were wrestling Josh, and you dove through the...
I almost killed myself like a dummy. I ran. I threw Josh to the outside, and I went to do a suicide dive, and my boots caught the middle rope, and I went... And I spiked myself.
Yeah.
I just remember landing, and then I was like, "Oh my God!" And I started, head, shoulder, knees, and toes. Knees. Okay, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was scary. And then there was another point where Josh had put a light tube on on the side of my head, and he kicked it, and it actually nicked my neck.
Oh.
And it had been a little bit deeper, I probably could have died.
Jeez, man.
So, but I mean, I don't know what it was, man. Those tournaments. Like I've had a lot of fun with wrestling in not extreme rules, but just death matches.
Yeah.
With a lot of people, like I've had some really fun matches with Dex, like here and in Texas. Same with Josh. A lot of like the thumb and guns with Josh. I would do that tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, I love thumb and guns with Josh because when we just go in there, we just beat each other up and have fun.
Yeah.
And make a little bit of money by stapling money to each other. It's so
right.
It's so I don't know what it is. It's so primal and so fun just to beat each other up.
Have you been in both the thumb and gun? The first Bound by Violence was thumb and gun with Josh. Did you get? Obviously, what happens is they have the staple gun, and they go around and they pretty much get money from the fans, and they're stapling the money on each other, and at the end of the match, you guys go to the back, you guys count the money,
and then split
it down. Do you remember how much money it was?
I don't know. I think it was somebody gave us a 20, so it ended up being like $50.
Nice.
But yeah, in addition to that payday, which was nothing.
Yeah.
You buy beer now. You don't have to worry. So yeah, man, just all around. DWO has probably been one of the best experiences of my life. Just I've made some amazing friends just by being around it, and then I've gotten to travel and I met some cool people out of the state. It's just it's been amazing. I miss it so much.
Oh yeah, dude.
I mean, we train, but I mean, there's not much. I mean, once you train, there's really you're not. I mean, obviously the goal is working towards the next match, but to not have something in town to always constantly have to travel. It sucks.
Oh yeah, dude.
But I mean, I really miss DWO. I miss wrestling. I miss like showing up early on Saturday and setting up the ring and, and fucking around, and then the show starting and then breaking it down. That part sucked.
Yeah.
Just like the whole camaraderie of the whole thing. I miss it so much, and it sucks that we're just in that position where there's nothing.
Yeah.
We can do to.
Yeah, it's kind of totally out of our hands, which is it's all totally a waiting game, which sucks. But I'm with you, man. It was such a fun time doing all that stuff, and a lot of people. Luckily, we're not forgotten. A lot of people do still remember Destiny Wrestling, and because dude, we ran for like 5 years, which
crazy.
Which was almost every month, man. And it's a huge honor, man. If the book closes on Destiny Wrestling, which I'm sure it's not, but I would be happy, man, with what's been accomplished so far, for sure. And do you have a favorite moment as far as in Destiny Wrestling, favorite match, favorite opponent, anything like that?
Probably my favorite show is probably that Elite Eight with Quack and Mike.
Nice.
Mosh Pit Mike and Mike Quackenbush. That was so much fun. Wrestling Cassandro was so much fun. I mean, anytime I got in the ring, pretty much with anybody, like with Dex, John, Dexter, Johnny K, whatever the fuck he's called. Josh Payne,
I think you had some great matches with Sid, man.
Yeah, Sid is so much fun to work with.
Yeah.
I love wrestling with Sid, too. And, like, just working with all of those guys, man, I never not had fun. And I think one of my favorite matches was wrestling all the rookies at Day Destiny 6.
Oh, I think that might have been 4 or 5.
Because it was like Kyle Hawk, Ray Basura,
Tony.
Yeah, like that was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
too. That was a good time.
That was good. I like the build again for that as well. So a great experience, man. I know you got a huge. I know you mentioned you don't wrestle as often as you'd like, but you do have there's a huge show coming up here in Denver.
Yes.
On May 11th, Lucha Libre Laughs. Why don't you just go ahead and discuss? Explain.
There's a producer in Colorado. He's also a comedian named Nick Gossert. And he loves comedy and he loves pro wrestling.
Really?
So he put the ideas together, and now it's a show called Lucha Libre Laughs, where he features a lot of the Denver workers, and he brings in and he has some of the Denver comics, which I mean Denver has such an incredible comedy scene, and they also have a great wrestling scene too. So he just incorporated them both, and he's been able to bring in. His dream is to bring in like bigger people, and so now he's kind of working towards that. And he's able to bring in. Colt Cabana. I think Colt Cabana is bringing Matt Classic too. I don't know exactly how that's going to work. But
Cool.
But I know the main event is Delta Jr., which is a lucha wrestler out of Denver.
Okay.
Matt Classic and El Tecolote. El Tecolote he's a luchador out of I know he's from Mexico, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, he's going to be working with Matt Classic and Delta Jr. in the main event.
Oh,
so
nice.
That's going to be a lot of fun.
So you're going to be there. You're going to be in the same building as El Tecolote.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds like it's going to be a great event. May 11th. You can get tickets at theorientaltheater.com right now. You said this is going to be your second time doing this show?
Yes.
And you did the very first show. So they've been running, I think, for...
Yeah, he's been doing it this is coming up for a year.
Oh, nice, man. How's the crowd been? Has it been a good turnout? It seems like it has.
The first two that I went to, there was a good turnout, and I haven't been to one since. But he said it's been running pretty consistently, and people just love the idea. And I know Colt Cabana he's doing a comedy show after the wrestling show.
Nice.
And Colt Cabana loves the idea of just comedy and wrestling. And they kind of go hand in hand. It works much better as opposed to like wrestling in a band. Comedy and wrestling seem to kind of play like a lot of the same roles. You're manipulating audiences emotionally and making you take them on a journey. So yeah, it's a great mix, and it's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it.
I know Donnie Amsterdam, also a New Mexico wrestler, is going to be on the show, and I believe he's going to be involved in a 6-man tag with El Tecolote, Matt Classic, and Delta Jr. Right? That's awesome, man. So go support not only the talent from Denver, go also check out Colt Cabana, go check out Matt Classic, go check out some talent from, go check out and root for Donnie Amsterdam from here in the 505. Or fuck that guy. Whatever Joe Quesada says. But, dude, it's actually one thing I didn't realize is that wrestling and comedy kind of goes back quite a while, man. These kind of events happened. Didn't like Bob Hope kind of do a wrestling and comedy show like back in the day?
That I don't know. But I know a big...
I could totally be wrong.
Yeah, I know a huge part of it, like, of course, the whole Andy Kaufman and Memphis thing.
Oh, yeah, dude, with Lawler.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go.
It's cool listening to different... Because I try to listen to a lot of podcasts, and, like, that was such a huge thing. I know Jim Ross just talked about it with Jim Cornette.
Oh, really?
On his podcast, and just their take on it, and just, like, you'd be dumb not to do it.
Uh-huh.
And just, yeah, it's fantastic. And like I said, comedy and wrestling, I mean, they're two different beasts, but still the same essential goal is you want them to... You want to not necessarily manipulate, but you want to take them on a journey and just kind of make them feel what you're feeling and kind of either kind of alleviate the tension or like the big payoff, like the heel getting his ass kicked.
Right.
Or finally get that punchline and making them laugh. It's weird. Like like I said, it's a lot of kind of the same strokes, just different. A lot of the same strokes, but different way of presenting them.
Nice. Awesome. Well, there you have it. You guys should go definitely check out this Lucha Libre and Laugh show. It sounds like it's going to be a great time. And Denver's what? How far of a drive is it
6
from?
hours.
6 hours from...
Take 80, take I-25 up, do 80 the whole way, you'll be there in 6 hours.
Boom. There you go. Right there from Joe Quesada. And, of course, if you guys want to hear more about this show, again, DorianTheater.com. You can get your tickets there now. Lucha Libre and Laughs has its own Facebook. Plus, they're on Twitter. And, of course, if you want to ask Joe Quesada about it, you can go ahead and find Joe Quesada on Twitter at the other Joe Quesada, as well as Facebook. And I'm sure he'd be more than happy to give these guys more information if they ask. And, of course, another big event happening this weekend is the first pay-per-view after WrestleMania 30. We've got Extreme Rules 2014. How are you feeling going into this show?
Well, with the network, and I recently started watching Hulu, or I'm using my sister's Hulu. I started watching Raw on a consistent basis, just that hour and a half recap.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Dude, I can't fucking wait. I think WWE is finally building talent. I think they're finally not really got their heads out of their ass, but I think they kind of realize that they need to build better talent, and I think they're really finally giving it a push and just kind of realizing where they need to take it.
Right, they kind of rely.
Especially, look what happened with Batista when he came back to won the Rumble.
Yeah,
he went from being, he was supposed to be this big face, the next WWE champion. All of a sudden,
yeah,
he's in the main event, but he's getting booed, and now Bryan's a champion.
Yeah, dude, it's awesome. Just the way it's kind of developed. I don't know. I'm gonna guess that was not the plan, the original plan.
Not at all.
Going in, obviously, we were gonna head for a Batista or in Showdown, and if they would have went that path,
oh, dude, they would have been a riot.
Yeah,
because it was so boring.
Yeah,
it was fucking boring, and I think the story they got building Bryan as an underdog, I think that was the best thing. That was the best for business. That's really what built it and what made it such a huge payoff when he finally won.
Right, I agree, dude. And it's awesome. He's obviously the champion. WrestleMania thoughts. How did you feel about that show?
Awesome. It was so much fun, dude. When the streak was broken, what else? For that alone, I'll never forget that feeling in the room. The air got sucked out.
Yeah.
And that feeling in the room was that same feeling in the arena. Just dead silence.
Oh yeah.
It was insane. But that was so amazing that they were able to pull that reaction out of everybody. And it was such a special moment.
I never saw it, dude. Even whenever we did WrestleMania predictions, all of us, we didn't even talk hardly about the match. We're like, dude, Undertaker's not gonna lose. Like, that's everybody's opinion.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that he was gonna go 25-0, and that was it. Never in my mind did it cross that he might lose. He's gonna lose, especially to Brock Lesnar. Which now that I look back at it, it was awesome. But dude, let's make some Extreme Rules predictions. We've got the pre-show match starting off, which is the first ever LC match.
So fucking wine. Oh my god, it's gonna be so much fun.
Hornswoggle's taking on El Torito.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Oh, dude, it's a bummer it's on the pre-show. I think that
isn't Hornswoggle on a 3-man band now?
Yeah, he's associated with they're calling themselves 3.5. So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I guess they're getting a midget referee to do this. I hope we just have little chairs and little
Oh my god,
ladders.
that'd be amazing.
I want to see
A
whatever
little step ladder.
Yeah, a little step ladder with the. I don't know what they're gonna go for, a title or.
Oh my god, they
briefcase or
should just
something.
have Big Show in the middle of the ring holding up the belt.
That would be great, man. Have you caught any of their matches on?
I have, it's on Smack. It's all on SmackDown.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
they've been wrestling a lot on SmackDown. Oh, dude, it's so ridiculous. El Torito does like a Bronco Buster to Hornswoggle in the corner. You got to look it up. You guys haven't seen this yet. It makes me laugh every single time. Who you liking? Who you
I'm gonna
taking
go
in
with
this one?
Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle. I'm going with El Torito just because he's a good guy, but I'm definitely expecting some damn crazy entertainment in that one for sure. We're gonna jump to the main show now. We've got a handicap match going on. We've got the not really debuting, but the guy from NXT, Alexander Rusev, versus the tag team of R-Truth and Xavier Woods. Rusev has been on a collision course with everybody. He hasn't lost yet in WWE.
I'm gonna go with Rusev.
Rusev is
Yeah.
pretty much the easy pick in this one. He's defeated already both Truth and Woods in singles matches, and I think they're kind of going the route a little bit with how Ryback was being built up when he first came, where he was just demolishing everybody.
Yeah.
So Rusev's on that same path. Can't see him losing. Pretty easy pick in that one. And next up, we've got the Divas title match. We've got, again, new champion Paige. She's taking on Tamina Snuka, who won a Battle Royal a few weeks ago. Going back to how you said it seems like WWE's kind of getting it all together and pushing new guys. That first Raw after WrestleMania, did you happen to watch it?
No, with AJ Lee and
Yeah,
when
with Paige.
came out.
Just that entire show, not only that, but Cesaro becoming a Heyman guy.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, and the Shield kind of finally becoming legit faces.
Yeah.
It was just a whole great show to kind of push the younger guys and kind of usher in, I think, this new era in WWE. Of course, Paige, have you been able to catch any of her stuff? Did you catch that first NXT Arrival show?
I haven't seen. No, I haven't. I need to sit down and watch it because I know that show is just. I've heard it's incredible.
It was ridiculous, and I think that she actually wrestled Emma, who I think is also a crazy good talent. She was trained by Lance Storm, but they wrestled on that show, and it was a really good match, dude. So I was pumped to see Paige come out. I knew right when she came out on that Raw, I was like, dude, she's gonna win the freaking title right now. And sure enough, 1, 2, 3, she's new Divas champion. First pay-per-view defense against Tamina.
I think she'll go. I think Paige will win.
I think it's a toss-up, man. I think I definitely want to see a rematch between Paige and AJ Lee for sure. And I was really hoping. I think Kyle brought it up that he'd like to see a submission match because
that'd be fucking
AJ has
awesome.
the Black Widow and then Paige has her submission. Have you seen her submission, dude?
Yeah,
it's freaking
crazy.
Yeah, it's freaking awesome, dude. But that would have been cool for Extreme Rules. But Tamina, man, she's the powerhouse.
Animal.
Yeah, dude. I think it'd be cool to see her win the Divas title, but on this show, I think Paige, again, she's the new champion. I can't see her losing. I think she'll have a short reign, but I don't see it ending just yet. So I also will pick Paige.
It's weird I haven't seen her do a promo yet.
Dude, I think she did like a weird like interview.
Yeah,
kind of with
weird
Michael Cole.
You're trying to get a feel for her, but you really can't. Like,
yeah,
you're just like, oh yeah, she's a face, so cheer for her.
Yeah,
So
she screams with the belt.
Yeah.
Cheer for her. And she's not AJ. I'm just happy, dude, that they kind of. I thought for sure AJ was gonna lose the belt at WrestleMania, but I'm kind of glad they didn't give it to. It seemed like a total diva was going to be
Oh God, I'm glad.
next in line.
I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, great. Here comes I totally expected for, like, Brie to win and then them go into, like, a Brie versus Nikki feud for a little bit, which I don't really care for either. But, again, dude, Divas Division's great right now. They have a lot of great talent in WWE. Most of them are in NXT, but Paige with the championship belt I think is a good thing. Going to the next match, we got a triple threat match. We've got Cesaro versus Jack Swagger versus Rob Van Dam. And this match, totally, I don't know why it's happening. But it's like, they're like, okay, we got to...
It was so weird that they're trying to force a feud between Swagger and...
Cesaro?
Yeah, I think that it seems like they have plans for Cesaro maybe 2-3 months down the line, and they're just giving him something to do. I think they should have pushed. I really wish he would have put the Intercontinental belt on him. I like the idea of the tournament. The tournament's been fucking cool, and they're kind of trying to reestablish the Intercontinental belt.
Right. So
I like the idea of the tournament, but I think putting the Intercontinental belt on Cesaro would have been the best move. But what do I know?
It just doesn't make sense in this entire match. Like Rob Van Dam and Cesaro were both kind of screwed out of the tournament by Swagger, and obviously Swagger and Cesaro are former partners.
God, I hate Jack.
I know you're a huge Jack Swagger fan.
I hate him. He looks like a big baby. He's such a weird face and a weird body. Like it looks like he has like fetal alcohol. Ugh. Looks like something went wrong in development.
I kind of thought for sure they were, especially at WrestleMania, they were going to go with a face turn for Cesaro and have him versus Swagger. I was pretty sure was going to happen. But obviously he became a Heyman guy, and now they're facing each other, which I know Cesaro's being Swagger like twice already on TV. And now they're just letting Rob Van Dam. It's like, oh wait, we forgot we got Rob Van Dam from his first pay-per-view back. Let's put him in a match. So
I think
Cesaro, yeah, dude. I think Cesaro as well. He's pretty much being groomed for something much bigger. Swagger has no chance. Rob Van Dam is kind of, he's just
Rob Van Dam.
Yeah, he's just Rob Van Dam, man. Cesaro will pin Swagger. Rob Van Dam won't be involved. He won't get hurt, and that'll be that. Cesaro. I expect him to go on and hopefully challenge Bryan for the title at an upcoming pay-per-view, man.
I you know what? I would love to see that, but I don't know. I think he needs to be built a little bit more. Like
Cesaro?
Yeah,
I could see that.
Yeah, I think he needs to be built a little bit more. Putting him with Heyman was the best fucking move.
Yeah, dude, I agree. And I think he's actually the first quote-unquote Heyman guy who I would say is worthy of that honor since Punk. Because, like, Curtis Axel was kind of random.
Curtis Axel was a douche.
And
dude,
Ryback.
I hate when they ride the gimmicks of their parents.
Oh, you don't like that?
I hate that, dude. Just, no, build your own. Look at Cody Rhodes.
Right.
I mean, of course, they started with, Legacy, but then now they've built their own. I mean, Randy Orton has built his own thing. I mean, Cody Rhodes has built his own thing. I mean, with the exception of, when the Rhodes are doing the Rhodes family, that's completely different. But just, you're not better than perfect. Come on, that's...
Yeah.
You're nowhere near perfect, bro.
I like the name. I like Curtis Axel. I think that's a cool name. But when he came out as a Heyman guy, it was really like, dude, that's Michael McGillicuddy. Like, he's been doing nothing this entire time, and now he's just randomly a Heyman guy. So that didn't really make much sense, and his Intercontinental title run was definitely forgettable. And then the next Heyman guy was Ryback, which I hate Ryback.
I think Ryback hit the right manager. I think if Harvey Whippleman came back, I think he would be awesome.
Put him with Ryback?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
See what happens. But, yeah, dude, Cesaro all the way in that match. You can't see him losing. And talking about the Intercontinental title tournament, we've got the championship finally being defended. Big E facing that tournament winner, Wade Barrett.
I love Wade Barrett.
Dude,
I really hope he wins.
Dude, he's freaking awesome.
I got some bad news. Every time. Just tell me the bad news, bro.
Just let it out, man.
I'm going to find out I have cancer from him. He's like, got some bad news. It's testicular cancer. Like, well, I thought so.
Glad you delivered it. Big E, I think, kind of, again, hasn't had a very memorable title run as a holder of an IC belt, especially, dude, like, again, I hate to bring it up over and over again, but WWE has so many titles. They have three titles that every single wrestler can go for, which is the world title, the Intercontinental, the U.S. They're pretty much
get rid of the U.S.
Dude, they're not doing anything. The U.S. has kind of been a joke, man. It's finally defended for the first time on TV in months on last night's SmackDown. But, dude, why are they not just having the titles mean more? Is my thing.
I think they're trying to make that effort with an Intercontinental title tournament.
Yeah.
And I think putting Cesaro in the running for the Intercontinental would be the best thing to do for that title.
Right. It's definitely been kind of, yeah, dude, just with champions like Axel for the last year, like, he did nothing with it. Big E hasn't done anything. So hopefully, I as well am going with Barrett, man. I think I've freaking enjoyed Barrett since he showed up, man. When he was on NXT with Jericho as his pro,
yeah,
I think he's been freaking great, and this is like his like fourth gimmick. Like he came in as the English dude, and he was the leader of Nexus. Then he was doing the bare knuckle brawler, and now he's Bad News Barrett.
But I mean, I think that speaks volumes of WWE trying to work because they see something.
Yeah.
And they're just trying.
They're just trying to see, try to get the right thing for him, and I think Barrett could be a huge main eventer, man. I think his matches early on in his career where he main evented. I know he fought Cena and Orton in main events, pay-per-views. Yeah. Hopefully, I'd rather see him in a main event than Sheamus. That's just me.
Yeah.
And then we have a triple threat. We have actually not a triple threat, but we have we have 3 matches that are considered a main event for this show. The first one, we've got a cage match, which is Bray Wyatt versus John Cena.
Awesome. So fucking awesome, dude.
I know you told me you're a huge Bray Wyatt fan. What is it about him that you've liked, dude?
About Cena?
No, about Bray Wyatt.
Oh, sorry, I was distracted. He's just such a fucking creepy ass dude.
Yeah.
And I love what they're doing. I really hope they don't add anybody to the family.
Oh, just have them.
Yeah, just keep the 3, because I think if you start adding people to the family, then you get a little NWO-ish.
Right.
And it just blows up. But I think just what they're doing is fantastic. He has the 2 followers, and that's all you need. And his promos are just so weird and creepy, and you believe I don't know what it is about him.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been a lot of fun just watching it kind of develop, and I love the angle they're taking with Cena. I love that the feud didn't end at WrestleMania.
Yeah, dude, I would have been kind of bummed. I kind of thought I was rooting for Bray to win that WrestleMania match, figuring that they'd have the rematch here at Extreme Rules and finally have Cena get the big win there. But who you liking going in? Who you think's going to win?
I really want Bray Wyatt to win.
Yeah, I think that Bray Wyatt, he's been on fire, man. Just for a change, so I've gone with you for the last 4 matches. I'm going to go with John Cena just because it's John Cena.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't mind seeing Bray Wyatt win at all. And you're right, dude. The whole Wyatt family's taken off. Everybody's kind of wondering, they should add a girl and add a sister Abigail. But didn't they say Sister Abigail's? It's his sister, and she's dead, right? Didn't they say that?
I think so.
I think
dude, that'd be such a huge mistake to bring in a female. It'd be such a huge mistake to bring in Sister Abigail. I like what John Cena was doing in that last promo. It was like a promo like 2 weeks ago when he had Photoshop pictures.
Did he?
Yeah, like this is Sister Abigail and it's just Bray Wyatt in a dress.
Oh, really? I don't think I saw that. I don't remember that. Hopefully it'll be a good match, dude. I think that even the reaction that Bray got at WrestleMania, dude, with the crowd just singing the song during the match, that was so crazy, man. And he's getting over for sure. I just hope it's a good match, which I think it will be. They had a decent match at Mania. And we're going to jump to the WWE Championship match. We got Daniel Bryan defending for the first time against the Kane with a mask, I want to say. Kane, you're going with Kane in this match, right?
Oh, yeah. Fucking Kane. I love him. That guy is just, he's, what a trooper. Do whatever they do. It doesn't do whatever they want.
It's kind of, because they wrestled a while ago, leading up to WrestleMania. Bryan defeated Kane when he was, corporate Kane, without the mask. And now that he's got the mask on, he's a freaking monster and a beast.
Yeah, I love that they played the idea of the demon and he's got the mask back on. I like that they're playing with that. That's been a lot of fun to watch too.
Yeah.
I think it'll be fun. I think Bryan's gonna go over.
Oh yeah, dude. I can't see him losing. It's kind of been a bummer of a feud. I think with just since WrestleMania, it's been a super high with him winning Bryan the belt.
And then again, it's like after the Avengers. Where do you go after that?
Yeah, exactly, dude. It totally is. And it's like he was gone for that, I think, that next week after WrestleMania on his honeymoon. And then he came back and he found out that his father had passed away. So he was barely on that Raw.
Yeah.
He just got attacked. So the feud's kind of been forgettable. But I think the evolution of Kane has progressed. I think they can do a lot with the mask and maybe Stephanie being in control of the mask kind of deal. But yeah, Bryan should win, no problem. And of course, which I imagine will be the main event, we've got a 6-man tag team match.
God.
We've got Triple H, Batista, and Randy Orton of Evolution taking on the Shields, Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
So good. It's so good.
How have you liked the build of this match?
It's been so much fun. These guys are, dude, the Shield is just fucking awesome. They're just such a fun faction.
Yeah. I'm glad that they didn't, because for a while there, it seemed like they were going
They were
around.
pushing Roman.
Yeah, dude. It seemed like they're going to split them up.
I'm so happy they didn't.
Yeah, which at the time I was like, yeah, dude, might as well. You know, I figured they were going to face each other at WrestleMania. But now that they've all gone face, they've kind of taken out that stuff between them, as far as the beef between them, and now they're united once again. How did you like the Evolution, the reunion?
Awesome.
That was good.
Awesome. Like, I think we all saw it coming.
Yeah.
But so fucking good. When they came out, I think Drew Wayne pointed it out. It's like in Alabama they booed when they say "believe in evolution." It's like a double layer because like they were booing evolution.
Oh.
But awesome, just so much fun, dude. I love seeing like this is what wrestling's about.
Yeah.
It's just it's like I said, I started watching really on a consistent basis again, and when the Evolution is reformed and the Shield's just getting over, it's just been so much fucking fun.
Yeah, dude. I think one thing that was kind of funny is you had Orton and Batista, who were supposed to be your main event at WrestleMania, which they were, but now they're just lackeys to Triple H.
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it was, back in the day. So, do you see Evolution continuing after this night?
I think it'll be a one-off, and then you might see that feud building again between Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton.
Oh yeah.
I think, or maybe even a feud between Batista or that championship's going to come back into play with those two.
Oh, for sure,
I
man.
think this is just kind of a one-off, or we'll see. I don't know. It's really hard to say, man.
Yeah, I think they're on the freaking right track with the Shield right now. They're on fire, and Evolution. I don't know, man. It would have been cool. I guess upcoming they have the. There's been a lot of rumors with them doing War Games, of course.
What?
Yeah, like I'm gonna go with Evolution just again to be different, but I don't think it's gonna happen. But of course they came out with that War Games DVD not too long ago, and the pay-per-view. I don't think it's the next pay-per-view, but the one after that is Battlegrounds, which would be like would be cool pay-per-view to have War Games come back and have those two teams go at it in War Games.
Yeah, man, I really hate that they don't. Like, WCW had some cool fucking gimmicks, man.
Yeah, it had some cool concepts for sure. War Games being one of them. So who knows? That'd be cool if we head that way. It doesn't look like, I guess the rumors are that the building where Battleground is, that can't fit 2 rings. But I think they could probably still do a 1 ring,
It'd have to be 2 rings.
It'd have to be 2 rings?
It has to be.
What if they did War Games inside the Elimination Chamber?
Ooh.
It's kind of the same concept.
Yeah.
It's just 1 ring in a chamber. I think that would have been cool. Who knows? We'll see what happens. I know the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view is not coming up anytime soon, but that's what I hate. We talked about before is having, Elimination Chamber in February, so it can't take place at any other time, which sucked. But, so you're taking Shield, you said?
Yeah.
Evolution. Overall, dude, are you excited for the show?
Yeah, I'm very excited. It sucks I have to work tomorrow night, so I'll have to watch it when I get home.
But the good news is the
got the
network,
network.
you watch it whenever you want, man. Joe, got to thank you once again for coming by. Again, Lucha Libre Laughs, May 11th, 6 p.m., DorianoTheater.com. Hit up Joe on Facebook, Twitter for any questions, anything regarding the show, anything you want to say before we sign off.
No. This is awesome that you're doing this. This has been a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Glad.
Yeah, man. This is I'm really looking forward to next week.
Awesome, man. For sure. Yeah, everybody should come to the show. Thank you guys.
Specifically, you should come.
Me specifically should go, Joe Quesada is saying, and I think we should all go. Let's just get it.
You're such a skirtin'.
Let's just get in a big van and let's just all go on May 11th. Mother's Day, who cares? I got to thank Joe for coming by. Thank you guys for listening. Again, episode 9, Ring Awareness signing off. This is Adam Merrick. I'll see you next time.